And so, like when I was on the board, one of the things that was a big talking point was getting curling on TV. I think the thinking was that the more curling you could get on TV, um, the more people would watch it, the more members would join, the more funding there'd be for high performance. It's obviously a lot better now than it was. This is like 2010, 10 years ago, where aside from the Olympics, basically curling was never on TV. But what are your goals as CEO to try to expand the profile on kind of, I guess, conventional TV and now with streaming as well?
Well, look, I couldn't agree with you more, and my very ambitious when it comes to deploying curling content far more broadly and robustly than it's ever been done before. Um, it doesn't need to be linear anymore, even though I'm of the age, and I guess I still value being on NBC, for instance. But the younger consumer doesn't care as much about that at all. So one of the streaming platforms has a lot of value, and they've done enough deals these days with distribution partners where you can get it on your cable system anyway. And so, yeah, look, I think you're going to see us continue to push the envelope, whether it's our men's and women's nationals, whether it's our mixed doubles nationals, whether it's partnering on maybe some of the world competitions and having them reach more eyeballs in the United States. I was both excited and frustrated at the same time to be able to watch, the Brier on ESPN in the U.S., but not our own. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that is good news on one hand, right? There's a distribution partner who values it, and there's people who watch it. We need to get them to understand that they need to be supporting us as well. So I think there's huge opportunities the sport, and when you talk to our friends at NBC, there's a reason that they get behind curling night, and there's a reason that curling is on every single day during the Beijing Olympics. There's huge value in it, and they see the value in it, and the customers respond to it. So that's exciting for us.
Because NBC has the Olympic rights, how does that impact what you can do in terms of like if you created a new property, being able to shop that around? Is it a situation where it has to go to NBC or NBC has first right of refusal since they have the Olympic deal?
No, they don't have either first right, or they don't get. We can do whatever we choose to do or whatever we
Okay.
want to do. Um, I would talk to NBC because they've been great supporters of the Olympic movement and of our sport. So I think I'd always start there because they've earned that right, but it's not a contractual right. But look, and they do a fantastic job. I think anyone who is working within the Olympic movement understands the value of NBC, not just in what they've done as far as putting our content on air,
Hmm.
the storytelling that they've done, and it goes back to Mr. Ebersol's passion for the Olympic movement. NBC's been a great champion of the Olympic movement, and I think we should always applaud that. But we do need to get our sport much more broadly distributed than it's been in the past.
Is there a better chance to do that now that Peacock exists? Because I mean, I get it with my internet service provider, and I follow a middling English Premier League soccer team, but I can watch all of their games because I have access to Peacock. So now that they kind of need the content, is there the possibility to get more curling on at the very least on Peacock?
Yeah, look, I also have Peacock, and I also follow what is now a middling Premier League club that didn't used to be named Arsenal Football Club. So, but that's a whole other show we can talk about too. So, but yeah, look, I think Peacock gives there's opportunities to talk within the greater NBC family, and Peacock is both new and emerging, but also already the numbers are somewhere around 20 million homes, I believe, and that'll only grow. Partly because they're putting a lot of Premier League content on Peacock.
Mhm.
So I think that's both smart on their half, and for us to pay attention to that. But then you look at all the other distribution potential platforms, and whether it's whether it's someone like an Amazon or whether it's someone like CBS Sports All Access. There's other streaming opportunities as well. So I think it's really just evaluating the total landscape and who'd be the best partner who wants to help not only show and distribute the great content, but help grow something, help build something special.